Let's talk more about the Coinbase direct listing and the impact it could have on cryptocurrencies. Pleased to say that we're joined now by Meltem Demirors, CoinShares Chief Strategy Officer. We've been on before, Meltem, and talked, but I never asked you, just for a little bit of background. So you were at Sloan, MIT Sloan. You figured you on Reddit, you heard about Bitcoin in 2012. What were you at Sloan? Were you business or engineering or what? Does Sloan have engineering or just?
No, there's actually a sign on campus that says, it points to the rest of campus. It says engineering and math. And then it has a direction pointing towards the Sloan School, and it says real people here. So I studied at the intersection of math, which is my background, and business. And it was a great experience. Bitcoin was big at MIT. Still is. Right.
And there's a Bitcoin club, all those things. So you hear about it, you see how blockchain works, however, a distributed ledger, whatever, and you immediately were a believer.
Wait. Let's be very clear. I saw how Bitcoin worked. There was, you have to remember, there was only Bitcoin in the beginning, right? It's like the book of Genesis. There was only Bitcoin. So it was really Bitcoin at the time. And when I interacted with Bitcoin, I was like, this is ridiculous. And I've spent my career in it since then. I thought I was throwing my career away on a crazy bet. And here we are, I think the Coinbase IPO, following our own IPO at CoinShares last month, which was exciting. But this one really, valuation right now is looking not just 90 billion, which I think is the number Leslie gave. In private markets, we're looking at 147 billion right now, which makes Coinbase bigger than Goldman Sachs. That is my target for the end of this week. Let's see if they do it.
Did you buy and hold? And did you buy any really early? What was the lowest price you paid for Bitcoin, Meltem?
I don't know if the IRS is watching this. I'm kidding. Look, when I got into Bitcoin, it was around $150. So I wasn't someone who was getting coins at 10 cents, but Bitcoin early on. 150.
150.
Not bad.
No,
but look, here's what's great about it to me. Bitcoin has created a lot of wealth for people who weren't part of the traditional financial system, weren't money managers. The Coinbase IPO is going to mint hundreds, if not thousands, of multimillionaires and billionaires who all love crypto and are probably going to take some of their IPO, their listing proceeds, and continue to invest in the crypto ecosystem. So there's this really nice recursive effect where this industry isn't just about the assets, it's now really about the companies, which we've been investing in for almost a decade now.
Right, and CoinShares is one, and there'll be dozens, obviously, that come from Bitcoin and crypto and everything else, and we'll try to keep track of all these things. The $100 billion, Meltem, is based on some unbelievable revenue gains that we're seeing, but it's from retail investors mostly, who pay a lot to trade Bitcoin. I mean, more than... And I remember what happened in the brokerage business and everything else. 250 basis points, 2.5% per trade is like highway robbery. And that's why you have such huge margins. And it can't stay there. And institutional traders don't pay it. Why is it worth $100 billion when it's going to be a race to the bottom eventually?
Yeah, look, and here's the thing. You nailed it exactly, right? 90% of Coinbase revenue still comes from retail trading. Retail trading suffers from, a very high premium. The margin will get compressed. And here's what's so interesting, right? We're looking at one conflict here, Coinbase versus the rest of the banking and exchange ecosystem. And Coinbase obviously putting up blockbuster numbers, bigger numbers than all of the other exchanges right now. But there is pressure, even in the crypto space. There are other companies, the bleeding edge of innovation. Binance, for example, which is arguably Coinbase's biggest competitor, has a token on its platform that has a market cap at this moment of 88 billion, making it the third largest cryptocurrency, and has much lower fees and many more users. So again, even within the industry, the pace of innovation has just been insane to see. And what we're looking at is, are these numbers sustainable? Can Coinbase diversify quickly enough? But for this week, for this moment, I certainly think there's still a lot of enthusiasm. This business is very exciting. And just the sheer reach of the Coinbase platform and the value of the brand, I think, is a lot of what's driving this valuation premium right now.